I wonder if a bee got misgendered, if it would be upset. Like if you saw a drone and you said, "There's the queen," and then you turned out that it wasn't the queen, it was just a drone. I wonder if he'd be mad. But would he get upset and go to like BHR? Or do you think they're really not into that kind of thing? They just don't care. They're like, bro. Oh, hey, welcome back to another video. This is a peppermint experiment number 3. A little bit different today. So the other day I came out to do the great peppermint experiment at number 3. And I didn't film because I was busy, had a lot going on. Just didn't have the time to film really. I just kind of came out, had some family stuff going on, so I just came out and I put peppermint on the hive. So what I did was I just pretty much did a strong peppermint concoction. So I tried the candy didn't work. Tried candy in the wrapper, that didn't work. Tried Q-tips, that didn't work. Bees are mildly ineffective. So what I did was I mixed peppermint oil extract, or essential oils is what I should have said, into sugar water, and then I tried to spray it on there. Well, obviously the sprayer clogged immediately. So what I did was I just took the sprayer, took off the lid, and poured some in. I didn't think the bees would care too much. Ooh, and side note, here's a side project. So this is an old barn behind my house. So house is here. I have 3 outbuildings, one that you can't see over here that's going to get demolished, one that is going to be the honey house eventually, and then an old barn right here that I've started working on. Now there's fencing, barrel. It actually goes pretty far back. There's kind of a pitched roof right there. I'm not sure if that was for chickens or animals. I'm pretty sure it was, because this whole entire area was fenced around here eventually. So I've been slowly tearing it out. You can actually see there's some of these chain link fence posts, and some of the chain link is over there in the pile with the other trash. That's nice. We look like we belong in a small town, but it's kind of cool. So it's actually very interesting. So as you can see, the barn, it's actually got these vines growing up that look pretty, but they're pretty invasive. Actually, let's go around the back real fast. So here's the side door. There's a barrel, a bunch of trash that was left. So I've been working on getting the thorns out, and there's fencing, as you can see here. But out back, there's a nice cedar tree that I might actually cut down. I know somebody with a sawmill, and we might work on that. But there's actually a secondary entrance back here. I'm not sure what was in here. Let's just go ahead and go take a look inside. Fortunately, there is some kind of vine growing on this tree. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's either sumac or oak. I don't know the difference. I know poison ivy. I know what that looks like, obviously. But this place was just kind of used and abandoned, which is a shame because it's really a neat barn. It's old. You can see how old it is. These things have been growing here for a while. These are some thick vines. But back here, there's a secondary entrance, and the wood that was used here in terms of the trusses or rafters and the siding is the same that was used in the house. So this was obviously built at the same time. As you can see down here, stone slab, so no concrete. This was obviously built around the same time. And it's kind of cool. I know definitely a bunch of junk in here right now, which is not cool. But just the history of it is really neat. It's all rough cut lumber. You can see that's like a 4x4, but it's more like a 5x4. An old timber. Just everything was rough cut and done by hand. So the plan, get that thumb out of there, is to eventually update this. I don't know what I'll use it for. It's gonna have to be replaced. There's lots of old rot because this just sat back here in the shade. All of this, everything that you can see back here, all this was like overgrown, and there was trees and thicket and junk like that, so you couldn't really see it. But I'm hoping to get it rehabbed a little bit. There's another secondary door right there that I haven't really noticed yet, and then on the side. But it's a decent sized barn. I mean, it's tall. I'll get all this ripped out, and hopefully eventually, pretty soon, and it's going to be sooner rather than later, I'll be working on this, especially when I have time, when I'm done with my full-time job, which is a part-time job, which will turn into a no-time job. Anyways, I'll be doing that. So I thought that'd be kind of cool, because obviously when the fall comes and the winter comes, there's not a whole lot of bee videos to make. I mean, there's preparation and whatnot, but there's not hands-on. I'm in the hive, so I can show you guys what I'm doing. Let's go see if the peppermint had any effect. Bees are still doing good. Still doing really good. I always think there's no bees in that end hive. They just don't hang out on the porch. It's the weirdest thing. I don't understand it. The one down on the very end down there. Remember, yeah, that one. They just don't hang out on the front porch like the other ones do. But let's get on top of this one. This is the one that I hit with the peppermint oil the most. And let's go ahead and get a look inside and see if the oil has had any effect. A couple beetles on top still, fortunately, but not a whole lot. Let's go ahead and get inside the hive. Much more active and aggressive than usual. Interesting. Now they're growing. Could be because of the fall flow, so the queen is laying. Decent number of bees on top, except I'm not using smoke. A couple of beetles right there. The numbers are big. Interesting. We're not using smoke. Whoa, nice. Lots of bees moving along here. And, okay, beetles. Still beetles. Still beetles in the corners. Dang, that's annoying. Lots of bees right here, though. That's good. Well, the hive is obviously doing fine. They're containing the bees okay, so I'm not really worried about that. Turns out peppermint's a bust and a waste of time. At least a waste of my time. This is very annoying. We'll figure it out. Hey, you guys want to see the inside of the barn for a minute? So like I said, here's the front of the barn. Nice camera thing right here. There's no cameras. But it does have a loft door, so obviously where hay would have been stored and or thrown out. Pitched roof that has been added over the time, but all the original lumber in here. Hard to see. Lots of leftover not good junk. Unfortunately, I haven't been in here much because yeah, right there, wasp nests have been in here. But man, this old lumber is so awesome. This rough cut, it's somewhat 2x4, but it's like a true 2x4 if you know anything about wood. When you get a 2x4, it's actually like 1.5 by 3.5. It's not a true 2x4. Much closer to a real 2x4, but all rough cut, not smooth edges. Same thing with this lumber. You can see, I don't know if you can see right now because it's dark, but you can see where they've, yeah, those lines where they've milled it and where the saw went when they were milling it and planing it. But a neat little barn. So a floor right here that will be cleaned up, a second floor above, there's the loft, and then behind, it's kind of cool. So there's a level right here that you can't see well that we'll show you in better lighting one day, and then a step down where unfortunately the previous owners just used it as a bit of a trash dump. So we'll be getting a dumpster in here. So just old garbage, but there's rough cut lumber right there that you can't really see, and then there's a very large storage area up here. I know it's very dark. I apologize for this. I wasn't planning on coming in here. And then a loft up above. And then, I don't know if you can see down there is where that back small area is that we looked at. You can actually access it around this corner. So, lots of things to come in this barn eventually. We will see how long it takes us to get in here and to get everything done. But it is really neat in here. And then the upstairs loft where hay used to be. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me on the Great Peppermint Challenge. Turned out it was mostly a waste of time, but you never know until you try. We did the control groups. We did the 3 different groups. That was good to try. If you've successfully done pepper things in the past, let me know in the comments down below how you did them, how much pepper you used, what kind of pepper you used. Did you use extract? Did you use candy? How many did you put in there? Did your bees just eat it up? I'm kind of curious. And then maybe your best small hive beetle destruction idea. The traps haven't worked. They keep propolising them. I just haven't had good luck with traps. So if you have a small hive beetle deterrent, put it in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.